Okay, we're going to open the line now for question and answer session for Clean Coal Technologies. On the line we have Robin Eads, CEO, and Ignacio Ponce de Leon, COO. Welcome. Now our first question, my understanding is that the chamber is the proprietary property and most other products are off the shelf for the pilot plant. Where are you regarding delivery of the chamber to SAIC?
Thank you. This is Ignacio Ponce de Leon. The pilot plant is actually comprised of various components. The proprietary parts of those are really limited to what SAIC, has developed, specifically for this application. Quite a few parts are being built by manufacturers that have had to make adaptations to what they have on offer, but we have tried, in general, to source equipment that is literally off the shelf. Now, mind you that for a pilot plant, the scale being what it is, it will be different for the industrial scale ability, which is 1/15 scale. So, when we get to that scale, we'll face, a sourcing for those components. But those are the ones that the original design was built around. So I think we're not going to have any issue in terms of sourcing off-the-shelf components, and the proprietary ones will not be altered. So that's where we are. Now, as far as the timing for the orders, it's already happened. All of the orders are actually in. Some of the vendors, the ones that are built components that are either modifications or in some fashion unique, those orders will be a little bit longer in coming, but the timetable remains what we got from SAIC, which would have us constructing the plant, toward the latter end of this coming month, and assembly in August, with commissioning either late August or early September or some September. That's the time frame that we have, and that has not changed. What I can say is there's nothing so far that's derailed it. So we're looking forward to the execution on the announced timetable.
Okay, and our next question, how many patents do you have, and are there any other technology patents you are working on?
Okay, at the moment we have our portfolio consists of 3 different products at the moment. The lucky one, which we call Pristine, is the one that existed when Robin and I did the company in 2010, 2011, and that patent was issued in 2002. That patent it addresses clean coal. It's a patent which was developed specifically for removing volatile coal and allowing the coal to be consumed in a stable fashion in commercial boilers. Beyond that, since Robin and I have arrived, we've developed two new ideas which have both been filed for patents. One of them is what we call Pristine M, which is a process to simply dehydrate the coal. We're thinking mainly of Asian markets, but the U.S. is also a good market for this. But in Asia, it's a crying need. The process there does not intentionally devolatize the coal. There's some devolving needed for the stabilization part of the process, but it is by and large simply to dehydrate the coal. And the patent there, we are very confident that we've come up with a completely unique solution. When we presented the idea to SAIC, they looked at it and said, "You have to patent this immediately." And this is the plant that they're building they're building the plant around right now. Since then, we have also filed for a third idea. This is a process that we're calling Pristine SA. The SA process is one where we are contemplating removing 100% of the volatile matter, and then providing a solution for what would be down to pure carbon and hydrogen, at that point, we're bringing in another element to sustain a stable burn in a commercial boiler. So this idea would be that would allow coal to burn pretty much as clean as natural gas, and it would address a very large market of combined cycle boilers that are currently able to burn either coal or natural gas. So those are our three, and from there we have a very, very full R&D program that would be built around these very processes, but would focus on fuels and non-fuels. So that would be something that we'll be working on over time.
I think it's just worth adding that these are global patents, and we're prosecuting them in all the major countries around the world, and so we're fully protected globally for all three of these technologies.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. And our next question, what are your future plans to open facilities in the United States?
I think let me address that one. This is Robin Eves. Well, the first and foremost, we have been focusing on the AIM markets. That is where the primary investments for the company has come from. However, the technology and the science and the engineering behind it has all been started in the United States, as we know by SAIC. We are commissioning a pilot plant in a coal-fired utility in the United States. However, up to this point, there has been a high degree of skepticism throughout the United States about technologies, especially for cleaning and drying coal. We've been represented at two conferences, one just over this last weekend, primarily consisting of the Powder River Basin coal producers and the Eastern producers. All of them have shown a tremendous interest in our pristine M technology that moves the water, because it primarily puts them in a competitive position for the markets. So the interest in the United States is the need rather, is very definitely there at the moment. However, it's going to be a slow process and overseas, because they want to see the pilot plant fully commissioned, and from there, a commercial plant being built. But we suspect, and we've had another meeting just recently down in Washington, which has led us to believe that there will be a big demand for our technologies in the United States, and therefore we would project that within the next, say, 6 to 12 months, we could see some plants being built, quite probably in the Powder River Basin area, which I believe will be the first area that will probably start to look at this. We have no specific plans or projects in the United States at the moment. We do have those, we know, in Asia and India, and we're under NDA in Australia and South Africa.
Just to add to what Robin said, one particular target market in the U.S. for us would be, what we call the plants that are on death row. There are quite a number of plants that are currently, basically on orders to shut down by in a different time frame. It could be 2015 or 2016 if they don't meet the EPA emission standards. Now, the current solution for clean emissions is a post-combustion solution that basically requires the installation of very, very costly scrubbing equipment for the emissions. Just as an order of magnitude, a 600 megawatt power plant will probably spend between $400 to $500 million to the equipment. So we have been approached by one or two of these companies we call on death row, and asking if we can help them. And the answer is yes, we can. We will have a technology that will be fully developed this year, of course, and that technology will be able to address the needs of those companies. So when we are in a better position, we're fully done with the pilot plant, we'll be able to start it in that particular market.
Okay, great. Thank you. And that actually takes us to the end of the allotted time. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, again for joining us today and for presenting as well as participating in the Q&A session.
A pleasure. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.